On April, we were assigned a project called the Excellent Project, assigned by Professor Cerrone for our interpersonal communications class. On this project, a scenario was given to us where unfortunately our mutual friends died in a car accident, so we had to step up and take care of their sealing, where we would engage in an interpersonal relationship. According to Knapp, a communications professor, a relationship is broken down into 10 stages that involve coming together and coming apart. But my partner, Jose, and I will be focusing on the first 5: initiating, experimenting, intensifying, integrating, and bonding, which is the coming together of a relationship. According to Knapp, the first stage of the coming together is called the initiation stage. In this stage, basically, is when you first meet a person. It can be really small. It can be 10 to 20 seconds the first time you meet a person. And first impressions are very important. Behavior and communication is very important, like I mentioned, in this stage. For example, when I first met Jose, the first impression was that he was very approachable. I mean, we were easily able to talk. We handshaked each other, and it was just very easy to communicate. And that really caught my attention.
I will now talk about the second stage. According to our textbook, the experimenting stage occurs after making contact with a new person. We generally begin to search for common ground. This search usually starts by asking questions to each other, such as where are you from or what are you majoring in, and then moving on to looking for some things that you guys have in common. It doesn't really take a long time for the communicators who are interested in one another to move from the initiating stage to the experimenting stage, which is what happened to us. Jonathan and I moved from the initiation to the experimenting stage really fast. After a couple of minutes of being together, I found out that he was from La Jolla and that we were communication majors. And a really cool thing that I found out was that we both love soccer. We shared numbers and closed a date to go to the dining hall to eat. After a couple of minutes of being there in the dining hall, I started to realize that we were self-disclosing information with each other. How did I realize that? Well, I noticed because according to the psychologist Paul Cosby, we are self-disclosing when personal information about the sender is being verbally shared to someone else on purpose. The third stage is the intensifying stage. According to the textbook, here the levels of self-disclosure that I mentioned before increase, and the information that is being shared is more intimate. It includes spending more time together, taking trips together, or meeting each other's friends, which was exactly what we did. Jonathan and I agreed to go eat again and have our friends with us so that we could meet them. Jonathan's roommate and a really good friend of mine sat with us in the dining hall, and we started to talk and share information. It was a really nice meal, and we all had fun. The communication climate, which the textbook defines as the tone of a relationship, was really calm and friendly because we used confirming communication, which according to the textbook, these are confirming messages that say that you matter and you exist.
So now we're in the integrating stage. So the integrating stage basically means when we're one. For example, making it as a couple, using we language, using the same verbal and nonverbal cues. So nonverbal cues is the way, nonverbal, the way we move, the way we approach each other, other people, and verbal is the way we talk. One thing I mentioned in the beginning was that we clicked, and one of the reasons was because we would use the same verbal like slang, and that now we're starting to use the same one, and we're integrating the plant and Jose. So whenever they ask me to go play, I always tell them, oh, we're gonna go play because I include Jose and our little baby right here.
Finally, the bonding stage. According to the book, here it's all about going public. Sometimes it can include engagement or marriage, shared residency, or a public ceremony. The communication is all-time high, and family and friends are usually blended. Jonathan and I felt like we clicked, and we decided that it was time for us to share with everyone how cool our friendship is. We decided to open an Instagram account, and we call it Jose and Jonah BFFs. In this account, we share pictures and videos of us to show everyone our friendship.